Hi, this is Lynn Loudermilk, the practicing crafter, and today's project is about creating festive Matchbox covers featuring chickadees. These are perfect for adding a winter touch to your home or as a thoughtful gift. So, let's get started. Begin with cardstock or a sturdy paper like an index card. Trace the Matchbox outline onto the paper and then we are going to cut it down to size. For convenience, a list of supplies and links is included in the description. Next, we are going to select an image. Now this can be any image you like from whatever source you like. The one I'm using here is from the free library at plaidonline.com. Just download and print. First, we're going to cut or tear the image to fit the top of our Matchbox. And to transfer it to the cardstock, we are going to use Mod Podge Image Transfer Medium. First, apply a thin, even coat to the front of the image, ensuring complete coverage. Place the image face down onto the cardstock. Use your fingers to press out any wrinkles. Now, let's set that aside to dry. We're going to let that dry for 24 hours. Once dry, remove the paper backing to reveal the chickadee design. The way we are going to do that is we are going to work patiently, wetting the surface and lightly rubbing gently with a sponge or using your fingers.
I just want to be conscious of how much water I'm actually applying. So I do like to add water until I really see that that image is coming through. Now for this part of the process, I am going to use a sponge and I will be using my fingers quite a bit to rub away the outer layers. This is really a project where, you know, this is a good one to have your candle lit, your music playing, and just know that you have time to work on it and just be patient. But I am going to lay it to the side to dry, and we will take a look and see where we really are at once this is dry.
Once the image is clear, to prep the surface for our next steps, let's just add a light coat of white, or you could use clear gesso, and then this will ensure a smooth base for painting. Next, for the background, we are going to start with a sky blue base. And I need to lighten this up just a little bit, so I'm going to use some white. to soften that blue. Let's just paint that on. Next, we're going to paint the evergreen with a green, and I'm going to tone this one down just using a touch of brown. Now we just want to just get this base color down. We don't need to worry too much about details. We're just working on the base. All right, so let's just add a basic brown for the branch. Now layering comes next. First, let's add some white to this blue paint. You could also add a hint of gray if you would like to do that. I just don't have gray right now. We are going to dab this new shade onto the sky, and that is going to start creating more visual interest in that area. Now for the evergreen, let's just take our darker green and mix it with some brown. And I'm just going to add some of this green we were using before as well. Now we are going to get a little more detailed. We're just going to use fine strokes to define the needles. So we do want to continue to let some of that base green shine through. Now we are just going to highlight the branch with a deeper brown, and we're just going to do some little sporadic strokes, adding that brown in there. Let's bring our chickadee to life. We're going to use some black paint, and we just want to outline the bird itself and these darker locations that are on the wings. Let's just mix a little white to our black and lighten that up a little bit so we can add a few accents to our chickadee. Let's highlight the feathers and the beak. We're just going to add a small dot for the eye. Next, we want to add another layer and continue to bring out those details. So we are going to grab our green again that we just used previously, and we're going to mix even a little more white into that. Now we just want to dab this on to the tips of the evergreens or the needles, the pine needles. Let's just add a few flurries. We will dip the tip of the paintbrush into the white. And let's just add a few more highlights of where some snow might have fallen on the bird's feathers, on his beak, and maybe even a little more white to these pine needles. Add a little glitter to bring a, I don't know, a little sparkle to the snow. Now once all this is completed and dry, we are going to protect our design, and to do that I'm going to use Mod Podge gloss. I use a lot of Mod Podge formulas, but gloss is not one of them. So if you are the same way and you are looking for an economical way to get that Mod Podge gloss, they do frequently have that at the Dollar Tree. So you can get this little bottle for $1.25. For some added texture, I am just going to apply this with a spouncer. And once this coat dries, I am going to apply a second coat. And we are going to let both of those coats dry thoroughly. Now, our last step is to assemble. And I am going to remove the Matchbox cover from my matches. Now let's just apply a little Mod Podge to the Matchbox cover. Then we are going to apply a little to the back of the actual image that we just painted. Now let's align these, press firmly. Let's press that down really well. Now I'm just going to take something with some weight and place it on top of this to let it dry completely. And now that this is dry, we can just slide the cover back onto the Matchbox. If you will make copies of those onto cardstock, then you can easily cut those out and make however many matchboxes that you would like. Maybe add a little sparkle, because your sparkle will probably go away when you make a copy, and then spounce on a coat of Mod Podge to add that finished look. And they are perfect for hostess gifts or festive decor. Thanks for watching. If you create something similar, share it with me on Instagram or Facebook at The Practicing Crafter. Until next time, get out there, get creative, make it festive, and just enjoy the process. See you soon.